The CW's upcoming Sherlock and Daughter series will put yet another twist on the character of Sherlock Holmes, and this time, it could mean some significant changes to his canon counterpart. The new series, which is in the early stages of production, will explore a new kind of relationship dynamic for the legendary detective, which isn't easy to do considering the many Sherlock Holmes screen adaptations released over the years. However, while a fresh take is exciting, Sherlock and Daughter's experiment could be a problem. The detective created by author Sir Arthur Conan Doyle holds the current Guinness World Record for the literary character with the highest number of on-screen adaptations. The reveal of multiple Sherlock Holmes TV series in the works proves that the number of such adaptations will only grow. Of course, this also means it's getting harder to develop fresh ideas. Watson, the upcoming medical drama, found a solution by focusing on Sherlock's sidekick instead. However, Sherlock and Daughter has a different twist to stay unique. The CW's new Sherlock show will follow the adventures of Holmes and his daughter, David Thewlis in Inspector Calls. As the title suggests, the CW's Sherlock and Daughter will bring a young woman named Amelia into the story who believes that the legendary detective Sherlock Holmes is her father. She is led to believe this after her mother is mysteriously murdered, and the key to who committed the crime seems to rest with Amelia's father. Together, the pair will discover the truth behind what has happened and determine whether it could really be true that Sherlock Holmes ever had a daughter. The series will star David Thewlis, Harry Potter, as Sherlock Holmes, Blue Hunt, the originals, as Amelia, and Dougray Scott, Batwoman, as Holmes' arch-nemesis Professor Moriarty. The lack of casting for John Watson seems to imply that rather than the typical sidekick, Amelia will serve as Sherlock's primary partner throughout the series. This is certainly an interesting idea and one that is sure to make Sherlock and Daughter stand out. However, since the iconic detective never had a daughter in Doyle's books, the series is quite a shift from canon. Sherlock Holmes having a daughter is a major departure from canon. Not only did Sherlock Holmes never have a daughter in Doyle's works, but it specifically stated that the detective had never shown interest in women. Watson noted in the books that as a man of pure logic, the emotions of romance were entirely beyond him. Therefore, the character of Sherlock Holmes is often considered asexual, and it's doubtful that a period drama like Sherlock and Daughter would reveal that Sherlock had somehow conceived a daughter without having sex. Therefore, it can be assumed that this version of the character had engaged in a sexual, and likely romantic, relationship. Though Sherlock and Daughter would be the first to give the iconic character a child, it is far from the only adaptation in which Sherlock was romantic. Both the BBC's Sherlock and Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes movies saw the character fall in love with Irene Adler, a character he had respected in the books. Still, these series refrained from making Sherlock explicitly sexual, something that a series about Sherlock Holmes having a child wouldn't be able to avoid. Why the Sherlock Holmes show's change could hurt the character. Sherlock Holmes being asexual isn't a necessity for his character. Technically, this isn't something that was ever clearly stated in the books. Still, it's difficult to imagine Sherlock having had the type of relationship that would result in a child. It would imply an uncharacteristic tenderness toward the mystery woman, which is likely to also extend to Amelia. Ultimately, this could mean that it will be difficult for audiences to think of Sherlock and Daughter as an organic extension of the Sherlock Holmes universe.